Does anyone else miss going to work, hanging out there? Hi guys, it is me, Rodger Witadee, here again with some more fabulous content for you guys. Now, this is technically one of my first videos, it's not a Rodger's reviews. To let you guys get to know me a bit better, I'm gonna react to old drag. Now, I asked some of you guys to pick some of my highlights from Kiki Days and 2020 for me to react to, and kind of tell you the story behind them so that you can kind of get to know where Rodger come from a bit better. How I built Rodger, basically. Now, it feels like a longer journey than it has been, but the ones that you guys picked, I'm so excited to talk about because some of them are the favorite thing, like my most favorite things that I've ever done. So let's jump into it. Let me just take this nail off. No, it's coming off the wrong part. Ah. Oh no, don't stick. Oh no. So going in chronological order, I'll go back to one of my earliest photos, which was before I even started doing drag. Now, I used to go out in club kiddie looks or just alternative spooky looks. That was my go-to. I enjoyed it. I wanted to be this club kid. I wanted to be a club kid in Manchester. So one of my first outings was this. It was the $ club kid look that I did. I don't remember it being inspired by anything or anyone. I just know that I did it for Filthy Gorgeous's Opulence Week. Now, I used to go to Filthy Gorgeous almost every week because it gave me something to feel inspired by, like to get going creatively and play with makeup and things. I used to try go in the theme. Now, I do remember I was gonna go as Kris Jenner, and I was like, I feel like by not doing drag at all yet, a celebrity transformation probably isn't the best thing to do. I don't know what the hair was doing. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why the curl at the front isn't even a proper curl. It's giving me like Baby Jack vibes. The lips aren't as bad as they used to be. I've had really bad lips in my time. I'm gonna credit myself on the execution of the tones and things. Like, I've got them darker shadows under the the dollar line. The lashes a bit spiky. I don't know what lashes those were. They were probably some sort of club kid lashes from Give Face. Not the ones for that look. Now, this shirt, I think that's my prom shirt, and the blazer jacket I borrowed from Venom and Venom's choker, actually. I don't think it's a too badly put together look for a little beginner club kid. Although on the bottom I was wearing the shortest short hot pants that I just refused to take off for like a good 6 months. I wore them all the time and I don't know why. So I'm gonna start rating. I'm gonna give myself a solid 8 out of 10 for this because this is sick. It's just the hair I wish was a bit better and maybe the nose contour. I don't know. I'm still gonna give myself an 8. Next up is when Aquaria was performing in Manchester and we went to go see her and we had meet and greet and things. And again, I stole Venom's blazer and Venom's choker. I think this is probably what it was originally for. I might have got these two mixed up. But yeah, I stole Venom's choker again, and I'm sure I'm still in those same hot pants. I remember when I was cutting out these little pieces, I sliced my finger with a scalpel. But you know what? It was worth it. I remember going through all of my favorite Aquaria looks, thinking what ones am I gonna... Like, what one can I try? What one can I get creative for? And I seen this one, I was like, you know what? I think I could pull this off. Like, I kind of like it. It's quirky. And when I met her, Aquaria was impressed. Aquaria loved it, even though I fucked up the shape of the eye. She loved it. She says she recognized the look, so you can't go wrong with that. I can't remember what she was doing, but she was making me laugh. We were laughing, and I said to her, I was like, please, if I laugh anymore, this bit's gonna fall off. And she was like, it's fine, girl. She was like, as long as it stays on for the photo. She was like, when I wore that look that night, that was the first piece that fell off my face as well. There's a little circle on the bottom of the chin. But yeah, Aquaria was amazing that night. Such an incredible performer. I think I've seen her 3 times. And another thing that was really exciting about this night is because it was Slay Presents that was on the tour, that was touring her, we got to see Rodger and CJ Banks from Scotland, which I absolutely love because anything to get a throwback to Scotland. But the both of them, like, I just love Scottish drag. You don't see anything like it. I think that's where I get the inspiration to be so conceptual from in my performances, is because Scotland does it like no other. They are insane. For this look, I'm gonna give myself a 6 out of 10 for this because the eye just wasn't the one. This one was a choice. I was making a point in my early days of wanting to be a club kid. I didn't want to do femme drag. And then there was an event on Kiki Queen's All Stars, I think. And I was like, I want to mix it up. I want to try to femme drag. Because I seen Christina crystal eye that she had did, and I was like, oh, I really want to put crystals on my inner corners. I was like, but I kind of need to do like a glam look for that. So I did. I tried femme, and it was terrible. Like, there was techniques there, but it was not great. That was one of my worst lips in history. But it was the first time I met Harlot, and it gave me my favorite photo ever with Big D. One of my favorite photos in drag. The wig was shaking go. The dress was one of my sister's dresses from Quiz, I think. I mean, I thought I looked like the shit. Then I see photos next to bloody Cherry and Elsa and Amber and everyone. Fierce bitch. No, it wasn't great. It was the first night in drag that I ever started using a rhinestone beauty spot. So I do thank her for that night. I put up the photo with everyone. So I think it was like me, Cherry, Saki, and then Fierce Bitch. I don't even know if she goes by that name anymore. She doesn't do drag that often. But yeah, she looked insane for not doing drag often. And I just looked like a hot mess. For this, I give myself a 3. Take the fucking 3, sis. You can get a point for the beauty spot. A point for giving me my favourite photo with Big D. And just a point for having the confidence to leave the house like that. Now, this one is quintessential Club Kid Rodger that I think I peaked with this look. This was one of a kind looks. Like, I'd never seen anything done like it before. And the story is just ridiculously stupid. So I literally had an eye infection. Well, I had more than one. I didn't have one eye infection, I didn't have 2. I had 4 infections in my eye. So I was like, how am I supposed to work if I can't put makeup on my eye? I was like, I either need to get an eye patch or cover it. So I was like trying to think of looks with eye patches. I was like, none of these are inspiring me. I can't get behind this. And then I was like, I'm gonna have to cover it. So I was like, you know what? Like, why don't I just do a look inspired by an eye infection? And you know what? Alas, my conjunctivitis look. I feel like this is the look where people started to be like, okay, Rodger is like a creative bitch. Like, Rodger's making a stamp. I got compliments on this for months afterwards, and even when people come up to me nowadays, like, they still mention this look. I have recreated it another time when I was hosting Kiki one weekend. Just to give it a little revamp. Now, it's one I will always want to revisit. Like, I will always go back to this look. I still have the paper cut out eye in my box. I love it. I'm gonna insert a photo of my eye infections here, so if you want to miss it, because it is pretty graphic, click ahead 10 seconds. So yeah, this is what I was dealing with under my eye that night. Disgusting. I think I will 100% recreate this soon. Just because this is quintessential me and baby Rodger, and it's something I'm still so proud of, I'm gonna give her an 8.5 out of 10. The only thing I'm knocking off is the bad makeup and maybe the cheap dress. But the dress matched the shoes. Maybe an 8. I'll give it an 8. Oh gosh, yeah. So this one, this wasn't actually meant to be the other mother. It is literally the other mother, and it reads other mother written all over it. But I just wanted to do something gothic with buttons on my eyes. I could not see a thing. They were spirit gummed to my actual brows. There was a lot going on. I had 4 little peepholes through them, and my eyelashes were constantly banging off of them like a wind trap, and my eyes were water and everything was smudging. I was like, oh god, this is so bad. But I remember I got this really cheap dress. I blinged it up. I borrowed Venom's hair. Venom gave me a wig to borrow that night. It was gorgeous. I just wanted to be creepy, and it just turned out to be the other mother. Another thing, I had never watched Coraline. So everyone was like quoting all these other mother quotes and all these Coraline quotes to me as I was walking down the street, and I was like, oh, you get it, bitch, you get it. Where are you going tonight? You coming to Kiki? I still have these buttons as well. I used them for my voodoo doll look. And I remember taking a boomerang in the Kiki dressing room. Well, the upstairs dressing room. There wasn't really a dressing room. It was just where Davina used to get ready, and it was her dressing room, even though she had one downstairs. She was just greedy. And this mirror upstairs was cracked and smashed, and I was taking a boomerang. I was like, oh my god, this looks sick. So spooky. I absolutely loved it. So much glitter on my cheeks that was just ridiculous. I think I messed up the contour a bit, so I was like, you know what, I'll just cover it in glitter. Also that night, I got to work early. I was like, right, if I go to work early, I've got time to glue my buttons on, put this hair on properly. And then I got there, I was like, oh my god, I've left my dress at home. So I called Venom, and I was like, Venom was like, I've left my dress at home. Like, I'll pay you. If you go get my dress, get in a taxi, I will pay you. I'll give you the money back. Thank God, again, Venom to the rescue. So I forgot my dress. I couldn't see. And then I had people throwing Coraline quotes at me that I had no idea what they were saying. I had glitter falling off everywhere, leaving chunks in my face. Oh gosh. Just for the ooky spooky kookiness, I'm gonna give this a 6.5 out of 10. That's only because it's Venom's hair, so I can't really take credit for that. And I couldn't see, so I shouldn't have did that to myself. Oh god, I hate it so much. Let me just start off by saying this is one of my top 5 regrets in drag, is this mother lip. Oh. Now, the hair was also basically a rough version of this. This is what I thought it looked like. And then I put one of the buttons that I used for the other mother look inside it, and then I had a bow on the back to cover that mess. I remember Mama Bear turned around and was like, this is just like the Buttons and Bows episode on Drag Race. This was for a look from Mama Bear's drag battle. I didn't plan to wear this outfit, I didn't plan to do this number. I was meant to do another number, but the animation fell through, so I didn't use the backdrop and the TV screen and whatever. So I just went with another number that I had already in my repertoire. But the jacket was literally from a cheap clown outfit from when I was 16. But the eyes were inspired by, like, loosely inspired by a glamorous penny style kind of thing, like going up. Because I knew I was going to be doing a clown number by that point in the morning. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do like a Pennywise up crystallized thing. Lots of rhinestones. But I'm very proud of myself for this because I managed to put a different track together. So my original track for this number, I had a lot of props and things, well, a lot more props, and the starting was different, but for this venue I wouldn't be able to do it that way, so I was like, I'm gonna have to readapt this. But I didn't have enough time to learn any spoken word things or anything I was gonna add into the track. One of Giselle's critique, she was like, I just wish you were lip syncing the spoken word at the start. But the truth is, like, I put that number together the night before because I didn't plan to do it. It was meant to be making a balloon animal, but I was just trying to be funny and I turned it into a phallus shape. But I'm very proud of myself because it kind of taught me showmanship, like the unpredictability of like having to maybe wake up one day and completely change everything you have planned. And I don't think I did bad. So first place in that competition, they got to go straight through to the final, and then second and third place had to lip sync. We don't know who was second or third. I had to lip sync against Auntie Effie, and we killed it. I never did a lip sync before, like, for my life. I had never been in that situation before. I had never danced before to a dance track. That was never my ambition for anything. So we got a Dua Lipa song. When we found out the lip sync song, I spent a couple days in the kitchen in the middle of the night when my housemate was sleeping, teaching myself some really poor choreography. I think it was something like, do, 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 do. Oh. I was like, you know what, how do I make this camp? I was like, I'm going to do a wig reveal. Why would I not do a wig reveal to a wig that looks like Dua Lipa's current bob? But I just wish some other queens were looking out for me that night when the bob was past my natural hairline because it was a hard front. I have no idea why I never put another wig back on. See, I don't know where to judge this on the actual look or the actual event and the night. I'm going to go down a minute. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 because half of it will be on look and half of it will be on emotions and nostalgia and that. So I'm gonna go 5 out of 10. Now last but not least is what I would call my quintessential Rodger Witadee look. This makeup was literally just where I was at that time. I was like, this is what I want to aspire to be. So I used to spend hours just sitting down and thinking, right, I want to look like this. This was one of those eyes that I was like, I know that these techniques are working for my eye and these ones aren't. So I was like, I'm going to try put all the ones that do together. And this was it. This is even the eye that I do nowadays. Like the bottom line, the cut crease, the brow, like this is where this all comes from. This was inspired by a couple of people I had seen on Pinterest and Instagram. Their credits and Instagram ads are in the original post on my Instagram, which is @RodgerWitadee. But yeah, I absolutely love this. Like, it was probably my least edited photo ever. There's like little overlays that I edited on, so it was like I'm questioning more and more what's real when looking at Instagram. We always tell ourselves that we have to appear tough and strong, but sometimes we need to ask for help. Now, I remember when I was cutting out bits and ripping out bits out of the magazine that I made this mask from, I seen these, I was like, I need to incorporate these into this look somehow. But the quotes were far too big to put on the mask. And it was when I was editing, I was like, oh my God, like these quotes that I want to use are about what's real and covering up. And I was like, why am I editing? Why am I sitting here editing? Undid all the editing that I did and literally just sharpened and touched it up in the slightest minuscule ways. I was like, this felt authentic. But yeah, the mask was inspired by Torn Revenue, and I put some little Easter eggs for myself in there. So there's like a wig written up the top, magic. I'm pretty sure there's like eyeliner written beside the eye, like Demi Lovato was my queen. So there's like a little photos of Demi Lovato stuck on there as well. I just love it. The one thing I will say though, even though I've just said all of that, is that I wore a necklace, and you can just look at it and you can tell. I wore a necklace and it didn't go with the look. So I then photoshopped on another choker, and there's like a big gap that you can see it. All in all, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Absolute 10 out of 10. I have had so much fun recording this. It's so fun looking back down memory lane and getting nostalgic, and I mean, not about missing nightclubs and missing Sambuca, but all the places I've been, all the memories, and how much I've learned and grown. Like, I loved it. I really hope you enjoyed getting to know me a bit more. If you had as much fun as I did, comment down below and let me know if you want another one. Or if you've ever seen something on Instagram that I've done, you're like, I wonder where Rodger got the inspiration from, or I wonder what the story behind that is. Send it to me. Let me know. I will react to it. I'll do another one of these. It's been fun, fun, fun. So you wanna have fun. Lavender's triggered. I just gotta go before this recording ends up 4 hours long. I will see you guys next week. Remember, stay safe and spread the love. Spread kindness. Mwah.